Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rick D'Elia.
That was so nice. That was so nice that he asked you to do that. I'm in a better mood already. I gotta tell you, getting here, you know, travel, my luggage got lost on the way, right? Isn't that the worst? That is the worst, right? And I drove. So that's not the brightest bulb, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't, little bungee cord accident. I'll tell you, I did. That's why I had to buy like this stuff today. My luggage was lost. And you know what was inside of my luggage was my wallet. And inside of my wallet is my driver's license. Yeah, you try getting a rental car without a driver's license. You try then later on checking into a hotel room without a driver's license. You can't do anything without ID in this country, you know, except vote. And there was, sorry, I'm not trying to judge. I'm not judging anyone or anything. I love being in a room like this, a lot of diversity. And, but you don't judge me. You're looking at me and you're like, oh, that's okay. He looks like one of us. But, you know, the truth is, for me, as an albino African American, having been raised by transgender Scientologists in a small goat farm, I grew up in Syria, and I was actually in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii on 9/11 when I heard about the JFK assassination. So, like, I check off many boxes. I grew up relatively poor, so every time I heard the term white privilege, it made me cringe. It made me angry. But then over the events of the last couple of years, I want to become, as they say, woke or whatever. I'm trying to learn, and I started paying attention a little bit more, and, you know, I do have some white privilege. Anyone else? No, just me. Okay. Look, I get out of a lot of speeding tickets. I do. I just do, okay? I never have to show my receipt when I leave Walmart. You know? I feel the uncomfortable side. I get it. But just try it. Out of respect, I will hold my receipt in the air when I'm leaving Walmart, and they'll just... Tell you what, though, I would trade it all tomorrow for a bigger dick. Yeah. Yeah. And you show me a black guy out there that would trade with me for better credit. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. We're having fun now. We're having fun. I'm excited. I just got this wedding ring a couple months ago. Isn't that kind of a cool design? Isn't that a very, yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I got the wedding ring. I also got the guy's watch and his wallet, and it was my first mugging, but I did, no. I'm not trying to be all progressive or anything, but, and you hold your applause, please, but I am in fact in a same-sex marriage. That's right, I'm in a same-sex, what I mean is my wife and I have the same sex over and over. Trust me, it's much worse for her. She's younger and far more attractive. But there was that 2-year period. Remember that thing? That just, you couldn't go anywhere, right? You don't get that extra visual stimulation from the outside world. Role-playing got very stale after the first year. You know? It's like, okay, honey, fine. I'll dress up as Dr. Fauci again. Give you a little lab leak. Come on, okay? During that time period in this country, my role-playing options were kind of limited. I got gray hair. Who could I be? Fauci or Fat Mike Pence? You know? Now I'm going to test the water on this next little bit. Let's see. I went gray early. And now, yeah, the carpet matches the drapes. And that was a very difficult day in my life. Like going gray up here didn't bother me. But finding that short and curly gray hair, that was like, ah, really? Oh God, no, right? It was in my wife's teeth. And at least I hope it was mine, you know what I mean? Otherwise, Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. Chelsea and I get along famously. We do. We don't fight. Every now and again, there'll be a weird situation. My wife, here's what she loves to ask hypothetical questions. You're nodding. Do you do this? I don't understand. It's never anything practical. Like, hey, honey, is the life insurance up to date? Yeah, babe, why? No reason. Like, she wants me dead. You want to try this smoothie? No, I'm good, babe. She comes up with scenarios that would never happen in a million years. Just, would you love me if my legs fell off bungee jumping? Bungee? First of all, you're afraid of heights. You're never gonna bungee. Secondly, if your legs come off bungee jumping, technically they're still in the bungee. It's your body that plummets to its untimely that's why it's a hypothetical question. In general, would you love me if I lost my legs? I mean, honey, I don't know. Like, how far up? You know what I mean? Like, above the knee, below, what are we working with, you know? Can we still do the wheelbarrow? You know, it just seems like you'd get more traction without those pesky calves in the way. And I gotta tell you right now, I'm impressed by how many people understood that joke. Here, I really mean that. I thought that was just one of those jokes for me. You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna get the wheelbarrow. You guys, we got some swingers in this shindig. One day out of the clear blue, my wife says, will you love me if I get Alzheimer's? Like you'd remember. Hello. Oh. That's what I wanted to say. That's not what I said. What I said was, I go, you know, why do you want to put that out into the universe, right? Because millions of people suffer from this. It's not a joke. And I think it's bad karma just for you to be haphazardly, you know, well, I want to see what type of guy you are when we grow old together, because I might be having doubts now, right? So as a guy, you know this is your moment right here. What you say next is going to determine whether or not you sleep on the couch for the next week. So I cue up in my head what I think is a brilliant, airtight, bulletproof, blanket answer to cover everything. I go, sweetheart, I love you no matter what. Right? Shouldn't no matter what cover everything? No, just like that. She goes, oh, good. So you'd love me if I gained 100 pounds? 100? Like 20, 30 is kind of no, but like the whole, like, couldn't you just get the Alzheimer's? You know, like, you might forget to eat so much. And it's a good thing we have a comfortable couch. That's all I want. I used to be a news junkie. And I always had an opinion on politics. And my wife said, you gotta stop it. You gotta, because you're not doing anything about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? What can I do about it? And she's like, you just bitch about it. No matter who's in charge, you're always bitching and you always have to shove your opinion. You know what you can do about it? You can, I don't know, write your senator, write your congressman, organize a pledge drive. How about if you get off your butt and run for something? Until you do that, shut the hell up. And you know what? She's right. She's right. So I'd like to announce I'm running for president of my house. That dictator's been in there way too long. It's time for a regime change. You can help me make my house great again. I appreciate that. No, I just try to stay in shape. It's not easy at this, you know, My wife always trying new diets to get me on. And I don't know if anyone's tried this new diet. I'm actually on it right now. It's called intermittent drinking. And 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Any booze of your choice, whatever booze you want. I haven't lost any weight, but the world looks a lot better. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, man, it's tough to stay. I will tell you, the wife and I are blessed with 2 wonderful kids, right? And a 15-year-old, which almost cancels out the other 2. Do you have one of these teenagers? Oh, my goodness. Everything sucks, and everything's stupid. And if it's not on TikTok, it doesn't count. I don't have a TikTok. Oh, look at you, boomer. You're not on TikTok, you know? And I have to go kid gloves with this girl because technically it's not my daughter, it's my wife's daughter from a previous date. And what? They didn't marry. There's no way to polish that turd. That's the only way I can sell that. Here's an issue that I had. Look, they have Mother's Day, they have Father's Day. They don't have Step-Parents' Day. And if you are a step-parent or were raised by one, you know it's a very thankless job. I do more for this girl in 1 month than her dad has in her life, and I try to make her feel as loved as any child on the planet, but still, slightest thing goes wrong, she always has to remind me, you're not my real dad. You know, I don't have to listen to you because you're not my real dad. So one day I sat her down and I go, Lexi, it really hurts when you say that, okay? Because I try so very hard, and I hope you always know that you're not my real daughter. Yeah! Yeah! So maybe keep that in mind when you want to go to college. Yeah. How does DeVry sound, you little bitch? Huh? Maybe TikTok has a college, huh? Let's see if your real dad will send you off to TTU. TikTok University, steal all your personal... Carter's 12 now, junior high school, starting to get into a little bit of trouble. Nothing major, got caught smoking pot, vaping with some of his friends, got suspended one day. The worst part, to be honest with you, was this snarky, condescending attitude from the other parents in the neighborhood whose kids go to that same school because it's a small area. And they're like, oh, did you hear about Carter? Yeah, what happens at that house? Because you know they get it from home. I'll tell you right now, the kid touches my weed, he's fucking dead. Dead, I tell you. I don't know where he gets it from, but not my house. Stay out of my underwear drawer, pal. Go on Snapchat, head down to the 7-Eleven like everyone else who's 12 and 13. Here's the other thing that he did. He and some of his friends got into the computer library at the school. Somehow got their way through the firewall and watched themselves a little bit of, anyone? Yeah, a little bit of porn. Am I going to be upset? Not really. I mean, I don't want to be a hypocrite as a parent. I had kids late in life. I got married late in life like an idiot. So it's an adjustment for me. I'm driving down to the school and I'm trying to think, how am I going to get mad at him? He's 12. He's curious. Would I have looked at naked, porn when I was 12? You're damn right. But I was 12 in 1979. We didn't have Wi-Fi, laptops, tablets. If I wanted to see a naked woman, I had to get my hands on a National Geographic magazine. Maybe, at best, get some side boob, partial nipple. August of 1979, I saw my very first Playboy centerfold. And it was the first time I ever saw breasts head on. I was just 10 minutes, I stared. I was amazed. And then I continued my gaze down the centerfold to this area. And some of you are younger, but those who were around in the 70s kind of remember they had what they call a shitload of hair coming on down here. Like you needed a machete to chop your way through that thicket. And my first thought was like, where does the baby come out? And when the baby comes out, is he going to be spitting it up? Is that why a doctor spats a kid on the ass? To dislodge that fur ball that's been building up for 3 straight trimesters? They had scissors and razors in the 70s, so that was a choice. That was a fashion. Somehow a group of women were like, you know, it would look great if we grew a chia pet out of our snatch. You know how trends come back? The mullet came back, flannel shirt from the grunge era come back. I don't want this one coming back. If any of you Gen Zers are thinking, hey, what about, no, talk to someone that was married in the 70s. They're like a war vet. Yeah, I did some time in the bush. It was hot and moist. We lost a lot of good men there that day. Yeah. Well, now the young generation, from what I'm told, the Gen Z, they go the opposite though. They shave everything. They call it the hardwood floors. I didn't make that up. That's what they go zero, which to me is like, just how could you maybe leave a little, you know, like pool table felt length is pretty, maybe like a Velcro length, you know what I'm saying? Like in the shape of a Dorito, that was pretty standard. Even like a landing strip, that was a nice configuration, you know. Some of the girls would do like just a little Hitler type of little, you know. Come and see here, Mein Kampf. You know what I mean? Like, basically enough hair to let me know I'm not going to jail. See something, say something. Oh my God, there's gotta be grass on the field to play ball. All right. What do I know, kids? I'm just older. So I play cards with a group of friends once a month, old school. We smoke cigars, maybe chew some tobacco, have some beers, penny ante, cheap stuff. The Viagra discussion came up a couple months ago, and none of my friends could believe that at age 55 years young, I've never tried the Viagra. And I'm like, I'm okay, I can get there. And they're like, no. It's not about getting there, buddy. It's about staying there. 4 hours. 4 straight hours. Sounds exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I can't even sleep 4 hours in a row without having to get up and pee a couple times on account of the enlarged prostate. Like, I'm not in the physical shape required to go. You know. And so one of my buddies, this is a true story. He had a little bottle of the Viagra with him, and he handed me a pill. He's like, "Trust me, you're gonna thank me for this." And I'm like, "Do I have to point out we're playing cards?" You know, like. I got a good hand, but I don't want to show you. He's like, not now, you dummy. Sometimes I'm not the smartest, so I put the pill in my pocket, forget about it, right? A couple weeks go by, I'm getting ready for bed one night, brushing most of my favorite teeth, and I happen upon the Viagra tablet, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let's see if this works. We're all scientists now, right? Since the thing, we all know everything. I want to see if the Viagra works. Man, I take this, inside of 90 seconds, I can take my pulse without touching myself. Holy I'm throbbing like Bugs Bunny's heartbeat. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. I could not believe how just quickly and it was like having high school dick all over again. And then I remembered my wife is in San Diego. She brought the kids down to see the mother-in-law. As Shakespeare would say, therein lies the rub. Yeah. And rub I did. to full completion. But now I have 3 hours, 59 minutes to kill. And I'm annoyed. That's the thing about the Viagra. It works so well that it's still there and you don't want it anymore. And where's that 20-year-old? Was that you? They're 20 years old, right? So you're young, you guys, well, so you just keep going. Well, I'm 55. The tank is empty. And the next gas is a good 45 minutes away. By the time I limp into that station, I'm gonna be chafed on bald tires. You know what I'm saying? So this thing just has to go. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. But it's not going. It's still looking up like, hey, are we done? Not yet, we're done. But I want it. No, we're done. Stop it. So it occurs to me, there's gotta be ways. So I tried an ice pack, right? But that didn't work. But along this, cold, because I thought cold, right? Helps the swelling go down. That's what, right? And so, and men know cold water, shrinkage. So I go to take a cold shower. But no, still, he's like, hey, I'm all washed, ready for it. Let's, you know. So I was like, all right, I got to kick it up a notch. So I go to the computer and I go to the YouTubes and I start watching clips of the women on The View. Because that's got to be money in the bank, right? However, this backfires. Because a couple minutes in, I was like, you know, Whoopi's not that bad. You know, maybe in a pinch or something. And I was like, what are you doing? So while I'm on the computer, I go over to the Googles and then I look up the 800 number because we've all seen the commercials, consult your physician. And I'm nervous. I've never done this before, right? And so I come up with what I think is a good line to break the ice, you know? And I go, hey, Viagra people, I have to get a hard off. Not bad, right? Not bad. Nothing. He's a medical professional. I ain't gonna laugh at nothing. He goes, I understand. How far along are you? I don't know, round one, the shower, the whoopee thing. I don't know, like 7, 8 minutes. Now he laughs. The guy on the phone laughs. Breaching all medical protocol. He starts laughing. He goes, are you pranking me? Seriously, is this a prank phone call? Because it's only an emergency. After 4 hours, I'm going to hang up on you. And I go, no, please, before you go, please, just let me, because I can't. It's late. We have a first aid kit, okay? What do you do with your patients when they come in with this situation? He goes, we insert a needle into the urethra, and I go fuck yourself. And I hung right up. Because you hear needle, and then no. I was like, I'm wicked smart. I'm going to beat this thing. Oh, well, I did, yeah, all right, sorry. That was a poor choice of word. I know, that's what got me in there. Yeah. But I was like, all right, I got to, so then I'm trying to, powwow again. What am I going to do? Think tank. And then it occurred to me, the one common denominator that I've had historically when I've had a failure to launch situation has been too much alcohol. Guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go with self-inflicted whiskey dick on this thing. So I go in the kitchen, I start doing shots of Jägermeister. Because I love Jägermeister. Well, this backfires, because now I'm hammered. I think I'm ready for round 2. My wife's still in San Diego. My dog is looking up like there's not enough peanut butter. You know, and... I know. There was, but it was crunchy. And that's the thing. If you love your dog, you go creamy organic type of thing. So then the phone rings, and who is it? But my wife. I'm like, oh boy, I have to answer. She knows I'm home alone. I can't tell her what's going on because it's so embarrassing. So So I go, hey, oh, hey, honey. She goes, hey, what's up? Not much. How was your day? So then she starts telling me about her day, where they had brunch, and then where they went shopping, and what beautiful houses they went to go see, and then more shopping, and then a late lunch, and then she kept talking, and about 7 minutes in, I love my wife to death, but she can talk a Viagra hard on off the ledge. Like a hostage negotiator, you know what I mean? She's awesome, man. She is awesome. She, you know. I do. I feel bad for my wife. She got to deal with me. She's awesome. You guys, I wish you could meet her. I try, man. She is a little bit younger than me. I try to, you know, stay in shape. A couple weeks ago, I pulled a muscle, right? I was doing Kegel exercises. And, yeah, that was with a spotter. And, you notice mostly women are giggling at that? None of the guys. You guys are like, what are you talking about? Most guys either have no idea what I'm talking about or you think, wait, those are just for women. Now listen, if you've gotten anything out of my little portion of the show tonight, I want you to try to remember this sage advice because it could come in handy. It'll improve your sex life. There's an exercise that women have been doing for centuries, and it's called a Kegel, okay? And what it is, it's an internal squeezing in your groin area. I'm doing them now, but I can't really show you. You know what I mean? That would be inappropriate, you know what I mean? I don't want to be canceled before I'm famous. And so that squeezing, right? Okay. You know, here's a good example. You know when you're going pee, right? And you're suddenly forced to stop halfway through because like other people are getting in the hot tub. You know? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why you're laughing. You know what I mean? Like. Oh, shit. No, come on in. There's plenty of room. I moved over here because it was warmer on that side, and it kind of smelled like asparagus. I don't know what kind of chlorine they use here at the YMCA. Anyway, that squeezing is your basic Kegel. Now, I know all you ladies know what I'm talking about, but this is for the men's edification, right? Women will do this exercise, especially after maybe you had a couple of kids and you want to kind of, you know, retain the elasticity of the old velvet igloo. Because at the end of the day, you want to have a nice, you want to be able to burp it like Tupperware, you know, so the freshness stays in and keeps it moist. I heard a couple why do women hate the word moist? Why? Let's just see, look at the looks on some of your pained. I've asked why do you hate that? Oh, because it's gross. Why is it gross? Just don't say, you know. Do you ladies realize the fact that when a man hears the word moist, it's like Pavlov's dog, conditioned response. We automatically think chocolate cake. Duncan Hines, baby. Moist means it's delicious. And we want delicious. Oh, I'm going to have 2 slices. Screw it, 3. I don't care about the sugar or the carbs. I want moisture. You hate that, but you go with wet. That's what women's go-to is. I'm so wet. Oh, like how wet? Do I need a snorkel? Should we call FEMA? Is this like because wet sounds like a lot. It's a lot. You don't waterboard terrorists with moisture. Gonna make your lips chap, buddy. You don't change a moist diaper. right? If you feel a diaper and it's just moist, you're like, you know what? Grandpa's fine for a few more hours. That's why moist is better than wet anyway. So I do these Kegels. I had to come back to it. I wasn't going to forget. I'm a pro. I know what I'm doing. Now, you young gentlemen here, what? Take a guess. How would this exercise benefit a guy in the bedroom? No wrong answers, and I would never make fun of you. You're just my Gen Z reps. You're both staring at me like a deer in car headlights. What's that? Oh, yeah. You're in the second row. Are you not paying that much attention? You're like, because all three guys are white and middle-aged. Okay, so if the how would Kegel exercises benefit a guy in the bedroom? There you go. Bingo. That's it. Number one, it helps a guy last longer. You have more stamina, and that's very important because we want to please our women. And here's kind of the dirty-esque part, but we're all adults. It gives a guy a more healthy and robust money shot. I don't know how to put it, you know what I mean? Like you kids would say, you can throw your rope farther, because that's very important. Look, listen, okay? Here's the deal. Women can have many different types of orgasms. That's a biological fact, okay? Men, we have one, and we determine how good it was by how far it went. Dude, when I was your age, I could knock my dad's bowling trophies off the mantle over the fireplace. Whether he was in the living room or not, didn't matter no how. Pow, pow, I was dead-eyed dick. I was like those guns on Hoth in Star Wars. Pow, 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 pow. I'm 55 years old now. I can barely clear my thumb. So I'm doing these. Trying to get in better shape, you know what I'm saying? But women can have many different types of women can have clitoral, vaginal, multiple, emotional, where they're crying and go at the same time. And they have the squirty kind, right? You know? You guys are 20 years old, so I guarantee you've experienced a lot of fake orgasms. Like women. Women have options. You lose a lot off your fastball as you get older. That's all I'm saying. My wife, when we first got married, she used to get upset when I would look at other women when I was with her. She would think it's very disrespectful. And I'd be like, I can't help it, because that's what I got. You know, you just look, right? But as we're older, now she points them out to me. Hey, what do you think of her? What about that one, right? And the problem is she keeps picking younger and hotter women, and it makes it more difficult to lie, you know? Because you can't tell her the total truth, can you? Or do you not? I just, you know. So anyway, one day we're sitting at this pool at a major resort, and this young gal, 22, 23, comes out of the water, slow motion, bikini, you know, just like flipping the hair. And my wife's like, is she good looking? Nah. Not really. She goes, are you telling me right now that you wouldn't sleep with her? I'm like, honey, I don't want to, you know, you get a hall pass, you get a freebie. Would you sleep with her free? No consequences? No consequences. I'd fuck her on top of you while you were sleeping. That's what I'm just saying. And if you woke up, I'd ask you to take a few pictures, because I'm trying to up my Insta followers. She's like, you're such an asshole. I'm like, honey, come on, just stop it. You know, it's one of those hypothetical questions that, like, I don't feel comfortable answering. And plus, I don't want a woman like that. I just said it to, you know, you don't? No. Honey, she's like 22, 23 years old. Someone like that young, wants to have sex all the time. The 3.5 times a year we do it is perfect. I don't want to rock that boat. Now stay with me on this one, folks. Just stay with me. 23-year-old girl, honey, so young. So young, probably tastes like strawberry shortcake. Whereas you have more of a leathery beef jerky type of thing. Which I love. No, what do you mean? There's a beef jerky, all protein. It's all protein. You need the protein. You can't have that many sugar. That's what I'm saying. And here's where I really mess up, okay? Because I should have just said, I'm sorry, taken the loss, walked off the field. But I said something stupid to her. I go, honey, you're being ridiculous, okay? A girl like that is way out of my league. And she's like, oh, so I'm in your league. Now I'm gonna leave you guys with this. There's exceptions to every rule, you know? There are people that are with other people because of their money or their power or their celebrity, but in general, you stay at the same end of the pool, okay? So what I would like to do while I'm leaving here, because you guys are so wonderful, it's been an honor to share this little portion with you. I want you to look at the person that you're with, your significant other, your partner, you're all still looking at me, okay? This is a taped comedy special. You can watch the replay, all right? Look at the person. You look at just do me that. Yes. I want you to look lovingly in your partner's eyes. And while you are gazing at your significant other, please realize and believe this universal truth. That's as good as you can do. Right? Right? See, some of you look happy. These guys are like, fuck, we gotta start doing Kegel exercises. God bless you. Thank you so much. Back to Ron Feingold. Thank you.